I'm here with Giovanni Gallucci. He is a social media consultant, a guru, and you gave such an awesome presentation on going outside the box on social media marketing and how to use those tools, but connecting with people at the same time. We're here at OpenCamp, and I enjoyed your presentation so much. So if you can please tell me, Giovanni, in a nutshell, why is it that we need to just think outside the box when we're doing the social media marketing?
Well, I think that the most obvious answer is that if you're not coming up with new ways to approach the campaigns that you're running in social media or any kind of campaigns you're running, the best you can hope for is as good as everybody else is doing. And so that's typically the approach I take is, you want to go out there and you want to learn best practices, and where it makes sense you implement those. But if that's all you're doing and you're spending all your time reading, a lot of great writers that do social media and that kind of teach this kind of stuff, if you're out there reading that stuff and implementing that stuff and stopping there thinking that you're learning from the best and you're doing the best you can, the best you can hope for is as much as everybody else that's doing this exact same thing you're doing. So, what I tend to mainly because I'm kind of ADD, and so I like to kind of move around a lot. I like to experiment. I like to do R&D. Is I go out and I learn from people and I do what I'm supposed to do as far as best practices. But if I look at something and it looks kind of wanky to me, and I think that I might be able to, frankly, break the rules a little bit, stay within terms of service. Super important that you read and understand terms of service on website, number one, and number two, you never do anything, ever do anything to hurt your brand or your client's brands. But if you look at something and you're like, okay, I can wiggle my way in there and somebody else may not think about that, you absolutely have to do that, because if you don't, the best you can be is on the very top level of everybody else, which means that your client or your company or yourself, if you're doing it for yourself, you're never going to find yourself in the search engines the way you want to, because guess what? There are thousands of people doing this also.
Right. What tips would you give to a small business or an entrepreneur who's just getting started on blogging and learning a lot about social media? And sometimes there's a lot of apprehension, as far as being too wide open. And some business owners, they even feel very intimidated about being too open and about negative comments on their Facebook page or negative comments on their Twitter page. What tips do you recommend for them to get started?
Well, that's a softball, because businesses that are afraid of people talking negatively about them because they have a Facebook page, the standard answer is, guess what? If someone's mad at you, they're going to find somewhere to post it anyway. And so you've got two options. One option is not that I don't go on the internet and nobody talks bad about me. The only options you have are, I'm not a part of the conversation, which means people have complete carte blanche to say whatever they want to and I don't answer, or I get into the conversation, I explain what happened, or I call the people out for not, addressing the facts the way we were, things like that. So it's, unfortunately, it's simply messy. And if you're in business today, sucks to be somebody who doesn't take care of their customers. And so when I deal with clients that have a lot of reputation issues online, the first thing I do is I look them straight in the eye and I say, start taking care of your customers. There's number one. It has nothing to do with social media. It has to do with operating your business and taking care of your customers. Now, once you get that into place, and once that I see that a prospect is doing what they need to do to resolve the issue, then we will talk about me engaging with cleaning up what's on Google. But if I don't work with people if they're still doing the same stuff they've always been doing and people are unhappy, because I'm never, ever, ever going to be able to make the bad stuff go away.
That's right. Well, Giovanni, thank you very much. I think you clarified a lot of the perspective that we should have as business people and entrepreneurs. Thank you, Giovanni.
Absolutely. Thank you.